Oh, good morning, everyone. No school today for the kids, so I thought I would come on here and go live and we can hang out together if anybody comes in. We have Becca over here in the corner. I've got my English breakfast tea for this morning, and it is just about noon, and I thought, well, I'm not busy until about 1 o'clock. I go on live for just an hour and see if that gets us. Oh, there's 5 people in here. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm not sure who's in here. Go ahead. Oh, Susie, good morning. Oh, she brought, I think that's a coffee emoji. She brought her coffee with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Oh, Nikki and Carpenter's Self-Reliance. Oh, I picked a good time then. There is people that'll come in. I'm just trying to get my watch hours. So I'm popping up in here live. I still am doing tonight, but I just had about an hour I could do. So I thought I'd come in and see how everybody's going. I don't know if you're busy, Nikki. I will, or Carpenter, if, or even Susie, if you want to come up and join me, I am going to put the link here. As long as I know you and recognize you, I will let you up. So, but yeah, I just thought, well, we'll go live and see what's going on, see if anybody's doing anything out there. We had snow day today, so no school, so I'm not running around this morning. So I thought, hey, I'll come in.
Woohoo! 4 watch hours. That's good.
Thank you. Thank you. I actually lost 7 watch hours yesterday, even though I made 8 hours and did not have a video a year ago. Yesterday, I lost watch time this morning. I'm really getting discouraged about this. I sent YouTube another message because they've been really messing with me, and I did not have a video a year ago, so I don't know why. I don't know. It's just weird. Thank you everybody for your help. I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Oh, you're driving. Okay. Thank you so much for just being here. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. You're losing a lot of watch hours too right now, Carpenter Self-Reliance. Yeah, and if you had watch hours last year, of course they're going to fall off. It's just I didn't have a video every day, and yet I have watch hours fall off every day that are way above what way above what my videos were making last year. So I'm kind of confused. I'm a lot confused, especially when, like yesterday's video on the chicken feed. I did 3 videos yesterday. I took one down because it wasn't supposed to come up, but did have a couple views. It's supposed to come out today. And I did a canning video and a homesteading video. And both of them did really well. And the canning video, unfortunately I did first. I should have done it probably second. But the video I did on chicken feed yesterday has 150 views overnight in 24 hours, which is more than my average views. And it's getting all the little stars and stuff. And yet I still went negative, even though it's way more than my usual amount of views. So I don't know. I don't understand it. Well, Carpenter, we will start playing your videos and see if we can't help you out with that too.
I've been playing a lot of them on a loop, so I'll add you to my loop.
Yeah, I'm making a playlist and I'm just playing. You do a couple of one channel and a couple of another channel, and just kind of going through and trying to binge watch everybody that I know. So.
Well, that's what I've been doing too. I've been leaving the computer up, binge watching. I mean, I'm not in here, but
you don't want to say that to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
But I can listen to it.
Well, as long as you're listening to it and you're paying attention, then it counts. If you're not, then it doesn't count, Becca.
I'm not.
To YouTube.
I know.
Okay.
I'm saying, I can still listen to it. I just want to be able to see it.
I don't know. Hoagland's Boss said. Is it a ration thing where you have to have so much content you're expected to have more? I don't know. See, I didn't have the content last year to get monetized, which I understand. I was not doing more than 2 videos a week. So I know why I haven't been monetized, even though I have 4,000 subscribers. I just didn't have the content. So since November, I have made at least one, oftentimes 2 videos a day. I have the content now, and I'm still not going up in hours. For the last 6 months, I've been going negative in hours, even on days I didn't have a video a year ago, which makes no sense. It should only take off any background, people that watch videos, not a huge amount. It's weird. Hi, Tiny Tim Posey. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you all for being here and watching. I don't expect a whole lot at this time of day to be in here, but I just wanted to, go live. And if anybody has any canning questions this morning, I can answer them. Did you share it in Facebook group?
No.
Oh, will you? Because I don't have my phone. And it won't let me share it from here. But I just thought, if anybody had any, canning questions, this would be a great time. Yeah, you need subs. It's a battle. You have to have You have to have content before you can get views, but you also have to have, and I don't want subs, I want viewers. So you really have to have viewers that are actually really watching your content. Because I have 4,000 subs, but on average I only have 150 to 200 viewers tops. So, it doesn't do a lot of good to have subs if they're not watching, even if you've met your 4,000 benchmark. So, but we're going to do another live tonight, and I have some things planned for that one. Some of them are canning related and some of them are share and grow related. So, kind of, be a little mishmash, hodgepodge, maybe some talking and chatting. I'm sure that I'll have some guests up on the panel. So if you're available and you want to be on the panel tonight, just come on in the chat. I'll put the link, and we'll get some free advertising for everybody. Hey, Garner Josh must be on his lunch too. He popped in. He'll like my video I'm coming out with this afternoon. If the one I posted yesterday doesn't keep climbing to the moon, I'm gonna post another homesteading video this afternoon. And I was out feeding and taking care of. I did chores at Jen's again with all the animals, so I've got a lot of that. All right, bye, Carpenters, Self-Reliance. Thank you for coming in. Awesome. Thank you. So I did post the link, Josh, but I know you're busy. But thanks for coming in on your lunch hour and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. So, and Becca always hangs out with me. She's stuck with me.
Stuck like glue.
How must I have 2 quart jars that I'm going to pickle eggs in. I'm not sure how much vinegar and water I need in the brine to make for 2 quarts. Most recipes don't say for what size jar, so I'm not sure. Usually they're talking about 1 quart jar on the brine.
If you have extra brine, you can also just can that and then use it later too.
Right. So you can do that. But I just kind of eyeball it. So it's hard for me to say, oh, do this. But I make whatever size batch my recipe has, and then actually I usually double it because I'm making for a lot. And then if I need more, I make more as I'm going. So yeah, it's a hard thing to answer because you're going to want at least enough that the recipe should make, when you're looking at the recipe, it should at least make 4 cups of brine for each quart jar. So you're going to want probably 8 cups total of brine for the 2 quart jars, because you figure they're probably going to be about 50% airspace with the eggs and all the air around the eggs. That's my best guess. So yeah, you should at least double the recipe. You're gonna want 8 cups of the recipe, and then if you have any of it left over, go ahead and water bath it for 15 minutes. And the next time you have a small batch of eggs, you can put them in there and have your brine ready to go on a small batch. I know it's not always as much fun to do a small batch, but then you can also vary the spices a little bit more. If this batch doesn't have like one cayenne pepper in it, you could put a cayenne pepper in the next batch and make it a little hotter. Or if this recipe doesn't have mustard in it, you could add a couple teaspoons of 2 teaspoons for 2 quart jars. You could add some powdered mustard to make mustard eggs. So there's so many different ways that you can vary the recipe. So even if you make a little extra brine, you can take the recipe and vary it for the next batch and do a small batch. See if you like a small batch of something different. That's my suggestion. Pickled eggs never last here very long. Yeah, you might want to vary it. So it'd be,
You know what I just remembered we have in the fridge?
You have not opened it, and it is torturing me. And you should go get some pickled bologna and slice it and bring it in. And even though I just had breakfast, because you're torturing me with it. And the only reason I haven't
eaten
cheese
too?
No. Okay. Only reason I haven't eaten it is because it hasn't been opened. She bought a store-bought thing of pickled bologna. I love pickled bologna. But then you take your pickled bologna brine that you buy from the store and you put your boiled eggs in and make pickled eggs. Refrigerator pickled eggs. My kids love them. Hi, Miriam. Thank you so much for coming in. Just an impromptu. I didn't even shout it out. I'm just trying to get some watch hours, and the kids were out of school today because of icy roads and snow. So
Nothing to see here.
If you are not from Michigan, I'll just plug Kogel's. If you're not from Michigan, you've never heard of the Kogel brand. Kogel brand is excellent. Excellent. It's only found in Michigan as far as I know. My uncle from Florida comes up here and fills his trunk with these and takes them home.
Fun fact, they actually do like tours around the United States now where you can stop and buy Kogels.
Ooh.
Well, like truck tours and stuff.
Very cool.
Because I know people that are like Michigan natives that are like in Arizona or whatever. And you can have it shipped too.
Yeah, you can have it shipped, but
it's expensive. It's an expensive.
Those jars leak. So the problem with having it shipped is it might actually leak. And it has to be refrigerated. So
right.
That's also kind of a thought. But yeah, that's
although they don't refrigerate it in the store.
Now I have a recipe to make my own, and I have made my own, and I do love making it. It's just hard to find the ring bologna without all the fillers, But and then you can can it and seal it, and then it's good it stays on the shelf even longer.
Right.
Because this isn't sealed. It's in the brine. It's just preserved in the brine. So. Yeah, and Kogel's also makes really good hot dogs.
Oh yeah,
they're hot dogs. They're hot dogs, skinless, and yeah. Okay, it's a company out of Detroit, Michigan. Been here for many years.
It's Flint, I think.
Okay, everything on the east side of the state is Detroit to me.
But I'm pretty sure Kogel's is Flint.
I don't know. It's down that way. All right, Flint, Michigan. I apologize. Okay, see, I'm going to be good.
It's not far from Detroit.
Yeah, I'm going to be good.
It's pretty much Detroit.
Now I'm making I want to make a water joke and all sorts of now I wonder I've eaten it all these years how much lead I have from. Yeah, never mind. I'll be good. But anyway, so nothing much going on here. I slept until 10 o'clock this morning. So
we kept her up late.
Yeah, Becca, Fishes and Loaves, Bob 942, and Yossi, Wide Family Farm. They all kept me up really late last night. So, anything past 9 o'clock is past my bedtime, just in case anybody was wondering. I am not a night owl. But anyway, does anybody have any other canning questions? I would love to answer them. But I, just wanted to hang on here for a little while. I'm so excited you all have come in.
Haha.
Oh, sure. So y'all came in to see Becca and I eat pickled bologna. There is a recipe in my Rebel Canner's cookbook on pickled bologna.
The original one?
Mm-hmm.
Shows how well I read it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I submitted it to the editor.
I wonder what is there.
Mm. You got the book in the laundry room. Go get it. On the shelf. If it isn't, it'll be in the next one because I know I put it in one of them. Yes, I've got to get off my lazy butt and get. My book is all ready to go, book 2. I've just got to get it submitted to Amazon. I'm going to do it online on Amazon. So it'll be available as an online book on Amazon. And I have listened. There's almost all canning recipes this time. And there's more recipes because it'll be online. So welcome, P Ranch. Welcome, Stephen, Mr. Boots and Bounty. We're all hanging out here and eating a Michigan favorite, pickled bologna from Kogel's. And she's looking up to see if the pickled bologna recipe made it in my book or not. It did not. So it'll be in this one. Because anything that didn't make the first one, I put in this one.
Yours, egg rolls.
Mm-hmm. Teasers, pleasers. I saw your canning video that came out today. You guys need to go over to her channel. Back at drop a link. She did a canning video this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
So, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, quite the breakfast. Pickled bologna and breakfast tea.
When you're pregnant, everything's good.
Yeah. And then we haven't dropped many links, but we'll have to do some. Of course, you all know Gardener Josh and his gardening. Mr. Boots and Bounty does tutorials. So if you are looking to improve your website, he does a really simple, wonderful tutorials. So even the technology incompetent me can understand what he's telling you to do. He just did one on the free Canva. It was really good too.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I need to rewatch it because I didn't. The boys kept interrupting me and I didn't get to hear all of it, even though it was running. So I need to go back and rewatch it.
Does he have any Photoshop ones?
I don't know. Steven, do you have any Photoshop tutorials yet? So we'll ask him. He's in here. He's talking. I know. There, you've got him up. He's got Canva Pro, Canva Free. Filmora is an editing Photoshop. He did Nightbot. He's the one that taught me how to set up my Nightbot. That video was great. I did it right along as he was teaching it. It was really good. Yeah. And Teasers Pleasers, she just did that. Of course, drop Gardener Josh.
Yep, I'm getting there.
If you know Photoshop, he can do it all in Canva.
Oh, okay.
Hey, have a good day at work. If you want to. Oh, that's not the one. That's a good one to show. Where'd I go? Right there. Pigskin Blitz just popped in to say hi on his way to work. That's Nikki's husband. She was in here a few minutes ago. She's in the background. She's driving. She can't chat. And then make sure we can get. Filmora is a great program. I agree. I haven't really done anything with it yet. I need to actually start using it because I don't really like the one I'm using. I use iMovie for my photo editing, and it's not nearly as good, but it's on my phone. It was already on my phone, so it was an easy one to use. Tell Becca. I'm making her type so I get the last piece. Yes, I use the Canva Pro to make my watermark for that shows up in the corner of all my videos. I don't have it right now, but I periodically I get Canva Pro. The pictures are much better, so it's easier to do the pictures, and it's not very expensive.
Josh and I have the same teeth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We have the gap.
Yep.
That's cool.
It is.
I think I have seen him, but not like close up.
Yeah. Seeing him in his videos is different than seeing him on the panel. Because it's hard to see. We have Miriam 420, aka Sita. And did you put Hoagland's Moss?
I did.
Okay.
I dropped their link. I've got
Good.
Mr. Boots and Bounty, Teasers Pleasers, Gardner Josh.
Carpenter Self-Reliance was in here.
Okay.
I know he's really working hard on his channel.
Yep.
And Tiny Tim Posey. Make sure we get everybody's links up here. Susie Jacobson. And I think that's it. There we go. We get those. We have them all. Utter Chaos, welcome. Thank you. I say it every time somebody comes in, but I'm just working on my hours today. I didn't have to take the kids to school, so I thought I would hop in here and do just a quick hour, and till I have to go pick up other kids from a different school that didn't close today.
Blue Farm.
Blue Farm, yes.
I haven't got Blue Farm.
And P Ranch is here. We'll try to drop everybody's link so you guys can meet each other and know how to find each other. But yeah, we're just hanging out, having coffee, taking any canning questions anybody has. We answered some about pickled eggs, and yeah.
Tim doesn't have any content.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna pop his stuff.
All right. Well, you want to hand me the book?
Yes.
I don't know. A lot of you are new to my channel. You may not know that I did do a cookbook. It's not all canning recipes. I had a lot of haters when I first started Rebel Canners because I wasn't by the book. So a lot of these recipes are by the book just because I knew I was going to get a lot of hate. And you can tell on the reviews that didn't read it because almost all of these recipes are approved. The next one is going to be not so approved because the haters have left. But I have my infamous baby sauce, which is actually a pear sauce recipe. These are all recipes that my family has used, approved, and loved. And I took the pictures for it myself. The brown sugar sauce, if you don't have maple syrup for your pancakes, it's great. P Ranch, that is a great question for Mr. Boots and Bounty. What's a great video editing platform? Let me put that up here so everybody can see. And then everybody in the chat can answer. I use iMovie because that's what's on my iPhone, but I'm not really happy with it. And Mr. Boots and Bounty just did one on Filmora, and I'm going to have to check that out. When we meet up, I will definitely...
No, because she hasn't even signed mine yet.
I will definitely sign yours.
Okay.
I will sign hers.
I know.
I'm not going to sign yours.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, my bread and butter pickles are in here. My black bean dip is in here. We got cowboy candy in here.
I think at one point I actually posted the contents on.
That's what we should do with all those cranberries in the fridge. Cranberry ketchup.
We could.
Ooh, we might do that. We might do that and do a video today because I have. Yeah, we got 4 cups of cranberries.
Oh, we have definitely 4 cups. Oh,
we got 10 times that.
Mm-hmm.
We have everything to do this. We might as well do that today.
Okay.
I might do Anybody want to see a cranberry ketchup recipe? We already did my cranberry relish on video. And then Mr. Boots Bunny did answer for us. Thank you so much, Stephen. There's supposedly a Filmora Go app. I've not used it or tried it, but
I tried to look it up though.
I will have to look it up and see, and I will see if it does. And then Holden Moss also answered. She uses Clipchamp. Okay. I might have to check that one out too. So
I did not drop the P Ranches.
Yep, drop their link. P Ranch says, okay, thank you. Trying to get my channel up and running, but want to work on some videos. It's always nice to have this is advice I wish I'd have had when I started. I would have had 2 weeks worth of videos to publish before I ever started my channel. And I'd had them all up, lined up, scheduled, because then that gives you a little bit of cushion. Like right now, I'm making content every day, and I have 18 ahead, but they're scheduled really far out ahead. I know I'm going on vacation in June. I know I'm going on vacation in July. I have a Father's Day recipe already posted. I have a cranberry mustard recipe, not in this book, but I do have a cranberry mustard recipe. So maybe we could try. We have enough cranberries. We may be able to do both of those. I got a little crazy when they went on sale after Christmas, and those things keep forever, even before you freeze them. And I haven't even frozen yet. They're still very good in there in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a cranberry mustard too. It's not in this book, but yes.
Clipchamp is free.
Clipchamp is free. Okay. The cranberry ketchup is good. It's like you're asking about the cranberry ketchup. That is a good recipe. I tried to put all in this book, this first book I did, I tried to put everything that I like for my family. So there's nothing in here that I don't use on a pretty regular basis for my family. This recipe right here is the one I'm the most proud of. The pineapple topping for ice cream. I figured that recipe out myself, and this is entirely my own, copyrighted, very much my own recipe, and I love it. And it's great on ice cream. And no, I should have made that when I did all those pineapples. Yeah, I always buy when it's on a good sale. I really buy on sale, I put it away, and then I have it. I try to buy enough for the whole year. So refrigerator pickles, pickled relish. Oh, the baked pancake. Baked pancake, I know it's not a candy recipe, but baked pancake is a huge favorite. It's a Sunday morning favorite in our family. We buy it and then bake it on Sunday mornings instead of making individual pancakes. And it's really good. It's really good with that brown sugar recipe, syrup recipe. Yes. This one I put in for my daughter. She's like, Mom, now that she's married, Mom, how do you make your chocolate pie? So I put those recipes in. You know, when you have adult kids, it's kind of nice to have something hard copy that you can give them of all of your recipes. So a lot of these are recipes we use every year. Like rum cake, we use every year. I forgot everything that was in here. I should look at it before I make sure I don't duplicate it with the new book. Pumpkins. The rhubarb fruit leather, which I love. Pumpkin butter. Yes, I have a pumpkin butter recipe. Oh, celery on sale and you'll be canning it today. I also love the trifecta there of celery, onions, and carrots canned together. And it goes in small jars, and then I throw it in when I'm making soup, and it's so convenient. Oh, yes. Cranberries and oatmeal. I got to remember to put when I'm talking about a clip, I need to post it. But cranberries and oatmeal are really good. I'd rather have cranberries than raisins. So, yeah. Like the chicken dumpling recipe, that was my grandmother's. The ham loaf was my aunt's. The kale chips was an experiment we made because I don't like kale. Back to the earlier question. UCut is free on Android and similar to Filmora, Mr. Boots and Bounty says. So that's another good one we'll have to try out. So. All right, and that's.
I have an Android tablet.
You have an Android tablet? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the dried cranberries. We have a ton of dried cranberries put up. Yes, teasers, pleasers. If you could put one up for your kids, that's a treasure they'll always have. Because I wish I had some of my grandmother's recipes. I've lost her Johnny cake recipe, which makes me cry. I've lost a lot of her recipes, and I, wish I'd have had a book that she'd have given my mother with her recipes in. I think that's part of why I go and collect all those old. I love those fundraiser cookbooks that local churches do and stuff, because I know that those are the people's very best recipes that they put forth in that book, and that the other people putting the book together really enjoy those, and so I know that those are good recipes. Sharon Williams, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for being in the Facebook group. We're doing a lot of these lives right now. Please feel free to come in with your questions. It might be faster actually than the Facebook group right now because I'm not online as much. I'm really doing a lot of videos for on here, so I'm not in the Facebook group as much.
I haven't been in the Facebook group as much either.
Because you're helping me with the lives.
That and
Deepak, hello. Thanks for coming in. Yes, please use the thumbs up and like this video. We've got 12 people in here. I can't see how many thumbs up. We have 9 thumbs up. So thank you all for coming in. And yeah, fun. I go to thrift stores and check out the fundraiser cookbooks for the recipes. That's where I just got that antique recipe for growing mash for chickens, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't imagine making it. It's like almost 800 pounds. It's like, wow. Oh, Heather just got done with the sweet potatoes in the canner. Thanks, Heather, for coming in. Thank you so much. What is my favorite recipe? I just did a video on it not too long ago. It is my great grandmother's egg noodles, and I make chicken and noodles. It is my most requested family recipe. I know it's not a canning recipe, but it is my most requested recipe that I have. Everybody in this town has been on the swim team, or their kids have been on the swim team. They all ask me, hey, can you make the chicken and noodles you used to make for the swim team? Thanks for coming in and answering our questions, Mr. Boots and Bounty. Have a blessed day yourself, and thank you so much for taking the time to come in and answering all of our questions for us. Thank you. Everybody, if you have not went over to his channel and subbed, you really need to go over. His tutorials are wonderful. He also has another channel called Boots and Bounty where they teach line dancing, and they have canning and homesteading, and it is a great channel, and they're wonderful people in person too. Yeah, see, that's sort of why I'm staying off Facebook too. I'm not that into it right now. I'm spending a lot more time on YouTube with people here. It provides a more face-to-face interaction for me than Facebook, and I've really been enjoying, meeting people from all over the world, from South Africa, from Israel, from England. I made so many friends from all over the world. Ireland, Canada, which doesn't seem that far away because they're only an hour and 15 minutes across the border. But, Yeah, YouTube. This is a huge problem right now. Yeah, that is a huge problem. And yeah, I also have been posting my videos on Odyssey. It's another platform like YouTube. So every video that gets posted to YouTube also gets posted to Odyssey. And I'm investigating some other ones that are not um, censoring like these platforms have been. I've also moved a lot of my from Facebook to MeWe. Um, so I'm spreading myself out on to different social platforms because of just what Jean is mentioning there on the screen. Um, I'm also on Instagram. I don't tweet other than to shout out that we have a new video, but I'm on Twitter. Ben's Over Acres, welcome. Welcome very much. Thanks for coming in. We'll get Becca here to drop your link here in a second too. We're sharing all our friends' links while we're in here too. But yeah, it is an issue, especially right now as I'm watching things unfold with our neighbors to the north and how that movement is spreading and how they're being censored. And I think that is horrible, very horrible. So I do not have my own website. I had one and I don't have it at the moment. Yep. I couldn't afford to keep up paying for it when I really didn't have the social media presence that I even do now. It just wasn't worth it for me to have one. But maybe in the future again. So. But yeah, my hours keep going up and down. I did not have a video a year ago yesterday. I had 2 very successful videos yesterday, and I lost a total of 7 hours. So I am back to needing exactly 800 hours. Even though I know a lot of my friends and my acquaintances and my subscribers are playing my videos, I'm not moving forward with my hours right now. It's very frustrating. So I'm popping on here, and I'm going to do my other live tonight at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So in about 6 hours, I'll be right back here again. But I just popped on here for a few minutes. I seem to get more time for the lives, so I'm trying to do more lives right now and still post my videos and seeing if I can't get that last 800 hours towards monetization. That's my goal right now. I know it doesn't pay very much, but you know, when you're doing things, it's nice to set goals for yourself. And so even though I'm not, thinking I'm going to get any great, wonderful thing once I monetize, I at least want to make that benchmark. So that's what I'm working towards. You got to have a goal. Quick ideas for about 20 tomatillos. Salsa. Tomatillo salsa. Yes. Even a pico de gallo. We're fresh. Fresh salsa right now. That would be really good. So your tomatillos, little vinegar, little sugar, peppers, onions, and of course cilantro. That would be very yummy. That's something I need to put on my list to grow this year. Tomatillos. Yes. Thank you.
They're the green ones, right?
Thank you, Ben's Over Acres, for coming over. The tomatillos, they can be different colors.
Okay.
They have different ones.
I think the only ones I've ever seen are green.
That's mostly what they have around here. Wild Nature said it might be their logarithms. Rebel News is Canada's biggest independent news YouTube, and our government is trying to shut them down. I'm not from Canada. I'm not involved in that. I've just been watching it because I live on this side of the Ambassador Bridge. And so a lot of things are happening, and I like to stay current with current events, and I like to be shown the truth when I stay current with current events, not somebody else's agenda or what they would like the truth to be. So, I mean, I get flack for my name. My name is actually from Star Wars. It has nothing to do with anything historical here in yeah, I'm keeping screenshots of my channel and what they're doing too. Yes, my name has to do with Star Wars. The rebels in Star Wars were the good guys, and they were not the mindless drones or the clones, and they thought for themselves. And so, yes, it is probably my name. I've gotten a lot of flack for that on Facebook. People thought it was a Southern thing. It suddenly became very unpopular to have that in your name, and that's not. I'm very much law-abiding citizen, and it has nothing to do with being not law-abiding. It just has to do with Star Wars. It was very popular when I formed my channel, so, and I'm a fan. That's all that means in there. And I live in the North. I'm not even a Southerner, so it has nothing to do with a lot of the things I've got flack about. So, whatever. Well, yeah, I screenshot my hours every day and send it to my email, and I screenshot my hours I earn, because they don't show you that. There's nowhere they show you how many you've earned for the day in the past. You could only see it that day. So that's okay. Yeah, I'm sure that they're suffering from the same problem with having that in their name. Yeah. Yes, Baby Yoda is very popular right now. Very popular. Oh, I'm glad you're a proud rebel canner. That's funny. I started that. I looked on because I didn't want to start something that, copy anybody else's anything. And so when I went online and there was no other rebel canning, that term had never existed before I formed my group on Facebook. And now it's a huge movement. Who would have thought that everybody would have taken it up and taken it as theirs when I named my Facebook group that. So thank you. Yes, it is from canning. It's a pun on canning things that haven't been approved, because I was in a Facebook group of women who are preparing for not just, but for everyday events. And so they asked me to teach them how to teach them how to can things that weren't approved that you could buy at the grocery store, because I'm like, you can do that. I've been doing that my whole life. My mom taught me how to do that. I've been, so they're like, will you start a Facebook group? So my Facebook group actually started off of a women's preparedness group on Facebook. And I'm still a member there, but I don't post very often. It's a huge, huge group for women only. And that's where we started. They're like, can you teach us to do this? And I'm like, yeah, but not everybody's interested, so I'll start it. And at one point I was like 300 people on Facebook. I'm like, we should just cap it at 300. Then I can really teach you more one-on-one. It'll be more personable. Do you guys want to make this group private now and cap off at this number, and we'll just be this small select little group of each other? And they're like, no, you need to teach everybody how to do this. Everybody needs to know the knowledge that you're teaching. Do not do that. And so now I have over 100,000 subscribers on Facebook. And I never at 300 would have thought I would ever have that many subscribers. Jason from Il Canernum is in here. We'll get Becca to drop your link for you. And I agree with him.
I have checked. I haven't done other Chaos Hobby Farm.
Okay.
But there was a few of the other ones that I checked. They didn't have any videos.
All right. As long as if they have videos, drop a link. If they don't, then don't worry about it. Life with Belinda and Chuck is in here. Thank you so much for coming in. No, Canning Rebels is a copycat group. I now have between 7 and 9 copycat groups, because I got so big they wanted to ride on my coattails. And so My group is the one with the black banner, and it is Rebel Canners, and it has over 100,000. It's the largest one, so you will know if you are in the right one or not. Becca can drop the link in the chat.
That's where I'm going.
So. Yes. Yeah. A lot of people do not like people who don't follow. And it's funny because they'll be like, oh, you have to follow this book, not that one. You know, oh, you only can follow the USDA, you can't follow the Ball Blue Book. Or you can only follow the Ball Blue Book and you can't follow the USDA. So they don't even agree on which source to follow themselves. And yet they're upset that everybody doesn't follow what they follow. I'm confused. If you can buy it in the store, you can can it at home. Not everything is approved, and there's a very good reason for that. Exactly, Ben's over acres, and those recipes are probably wonderful, and they probably taste good. But the reason a lot of things are not approved is because they were so, like milk. Milk was done. One of the first things that was mass produced was canned milk in this country. And Mr. Borden did a fine job of figuring that process out for all of us. We do not.
Borden?
No. Don't talk about my seventh cousin that way. Shh. She was probably innocent. But just kidding. Not kidding about her being my seventh cousin though. But thanks, Becca. Total loss of train of thought. Anyway, Mr. Borden condensed milk. He took the milk from the local farmers to condenseries. He canned it. I did several videos on this, the history of canning milk. And that was almost, what did I say? I have to look it up myself now. More than 25 years before the USDA was invented. That was before, the USDA was only invented to police meatpacking plants originally. It was not even about canning originally. And so by the time they had got invented, it was a standard practice to can milk at home. Well, you have to look now at what things are sold on the U.S. stock market, on the commodities market. So what are commodities and what are sold there? Well, let me explain a few of them. Pork belly, aka bacon. Butter. Milk. Are you starting to see a pattern with things that were told by the alphabet soup proponents we can't can? If you can can those things, you can get around price control. And now you know why it may not be very popular on the YouTube algorithm, because I'm going to tell you like it is. There is never going to be any research into canning those products and put into any government agency canning book ever. The lobbyists for those big companies are not going to allow that. Same with canning pumpkin. Suddenly it's not okay to can pumpkin, yet certain pumpkin manufacturer can can pumpkin all day long, 7 days a week in a plant. They're never gonna change what they say about that. There is a really good song I just learned. It's a rap song, and who would have thought that I like a rap song? It's called God Over Government. Google it. I'm sure you could hear it, and you might actually appreciate that song too. It's wonderful. Good morning. Good morning, Little House in the Big Woods. Thank you so much for coming in. I love your channel too. Becca's dropping links here for the new channels that are coming in. We are talking about why some things are not approved by the USDA for canning and why they will never be approved. And so that's all I've said on the subject so far. Yeah, I hope that's not true, but if you know how to do it for yourself, you will be able to get around that. Um, Sharon Williams is canning butter. I do not can salted butter because not straight up salted butter, because remember, you're taking out the water and the milk solids and concentrating the butter when you can it, or when you make ghee, you're doing the same thing. So you do not want to use salted because it also concentrates the salt, and so it'll be much more salty than regular, and you may not you may not really like how salty it is. I don't have a lot of salt in my diet, and so that makes it really bad for me. Yes, Mary Frey, the USDA does not even approve of the USDA. I like the 1970 Wild Blue book. The only thing you have to know is in those older books, they have much better instructions, much better photo instructions. And they in the 80s, they changed because, and I'm my opinion on why they changed it, they upped the time on fish because our waters are a lot more contaminated and have a lot more bacteria in them than they ever did before, and algae. And so they upped the times on fish, and I do follow the modern times on fish. So if you use an old book, do know that you need to follow the modern times for fish. 2 sticks unsalted to 1 stick of salted. Yes. At least 50-50, or even better, the 2 sticks unsalted to 1 stick salted. And we got a salt lover, and Heather loves the salt, so she does all salted. Again, it's a personal taste preference. I'm just warning you, some people don't realize that, and then they get disappointed with their results. So salt is added to butter as a preservative so that the butter could remain out on your counter. Correct. Very much so. And I also will preserve butter by putting it in my freezer and double wrapping it in plastic wrap, because it does, leaving it in its own wrap and then adding 2 layers of plastic wrap to it, because it does pick up a lot of odors. And I have fish in my freezer. I don't want my butter to taste like fish. Teaser pleasers. I can up smoked fish, dry packed into my jars. Oh, canned salmon is my favorite, just so you know. I'm hoping to get some salmon this year. My nephew and I have reconnected after a few years. We've both been living busy lives, and we're the same age, by the way. We don't live that far apart from each other, but we both were workaholics. He's still a workaholic, and we have really not been in a lot of touch. And he just proposed to one of my best friends, and so I've been over to his house a lot more often because I'm hanging out with her. And so they love to go fishing, and I don't have the time to go fishing, but they don't eat as much fish as they catch. They throw it back, and I'm like, no. So he's going to bring me fish to can. So I'm very excited to have more fish. Smoked fish is so good. It is so good. Candied salmon is right up there on my number 1 top treats. My dad, he did a lot of salmon fishing, and I really, really enjoyed that as a child. We ate a lot of salmon as a child. Yeah. Yes, I am very lucky that he will go fishing. I do not go out on the bay. He invited me to go out ice fishing with him. I do like to ice fish. He invited me to go out with him and Ruthie, and I don't like. She's like, oh, we only had to jump a crack in the ice this big with the snowmobiles. And I'm like, we're only out a mile. I don't want to be out on deep water and jumping cracks this big. And I don't like to hear the ice groan and crack. And do all that. So yes, that will be a huge blessing to my family. I have not had fish on my pantry shelves in many years, and so it will be a huge blessing. I did just get some other fish on a really good sale. I got some whiting and I got some pollock, and it was taking up a lot of space in my freezer. And I had the butter in there that I haven't got canned up, and I got all of that fish out in preparation of any fish that'll be coming in. So I have quite a few jars and a good video on canning fish. Yo, you are so lucky. 3 sons and a hubby that bring her fish all the time. You are lucky, lucky, lucky. Yeah, exactly. Jesus walked on water, but not this lady. Not this lady here either. But her husband loves ice fishing. I don't mind lakes. I just have a fear of the Great Lakes and being a mile out offshore. And you hear stories every year about ice floats. My brother went in the same spot that my nephew was fishing, on his way back into shore with his quad. He went under, and it was very scary. It was very scary for him. Hearing about it was very scary for me. He had heart problems, and he was like, "What do I do? I'm cold. What do I do?" And I'm like, "Go warm yourself up slowly, not quickly, slowly in your bathtub. Why did you drive past 2 really good hospitals to go home when you've fallen through the ice and are freezing? This is not cool." Okay, so go take care of my little extra cameraman. But yeah, it was scary. So I don't know. I don't want to be out there. Yes, some years you have fight. You guys have thicker ice. It's a little bit colder north, and you have some of the thicker ice. I still don't want to be. I don't mind being out on lakes. I just don't want to be out on the Great Lakes. Big difference. It's moving water, so you never know how thick it is. Where a regular lake is much safer, in my totally biased opinion, than the Great Lakes, which has a lot of deep moving water. P Ranch is from South Alabama on the beaches, and we go to big redfish, and they come through the channel off the Gulf Coast, but they are hard to catch. Ooh, I have not. That's one thing I haven't eaten is big redfish. I say that because we've lived all over the United States. As a child, I traveled all over the United States with my parents, and I have eaten a lot of strange foods. I've eaten a lot of wild game. I've eaten a lot of strange wild game. Oh, yes, but her little friend she calls Cheekers was the last cameraman. It's not, my son is usually my cameraman, and this is the little neighbor boy. And he's like, "Can I help you?" And so when I was doing the pineapple video, that was my cameraman for the pineapple video. He was just so proud of himself that he could help me out with that. It's really hard to hold the camera and pour stuff into jars. And King Poobah says, "Everyone search Hudson, Ohio, ice fishing. You'll get a good laugh." Okay, we'll have to go do that after this live. Heather says, "I'm in Wisconsin. Still nope, no way. I don't get it. Someone dies every year in my area." Yeah. And you just have to know the levels of the ice. But I'm not going out on the Great Lakes. Brenda Foster, yes, I am from Michigan. I am here in northern central Michigan. So, Little House in Big Woods. You used to live in Michigan. I think that's when I found your channel. Little House in the Big Woods. I actually think that I found you because you commented that you were from Michigan a long time ago. I started on YouTube in 2019. Lewis, you got to take a look at winter and how cold it's been if you go fishing anywhere. Yes. And when you do your ice auger, you know how deep that ice is. If it isn't deep enough, get off. Go, move. Don't risk it. Sheboygan area. I used to have a cabin in Tappanabee. So I love that area. I'm very familiar with it. My friends still have a cabin on Paradise Lake, in Paradise up there. And they used to have a cabin on Burt Lake. And I have spent a lot of time on the inland waterway. I absolutely love the inland waterway in summers. I love to go from one side of the state to the other on the inland waterway. If you've never done that and you're from Michigan, you have totally missed out on probably the best scenic tour by far. Way better than anything you can get on roads. It takes 2 hours just to tire one out to catch it in your arm. Yes, that's how I feel about catching salmon out of the Great Lakes. Oh, cool, Gene. Western Michigan here. That's the fun side of the state. It's nice over there. Oh, Lake Orienton and Clarkston. My aunt and uncle were from Clarkston. They both passed away now, but they lived in Clarkston my whole life. Just started your channel in January. Okay, that's not how I found you then. Okay. Nice area. It is. It's beautiful up there. Absolutely gorgeous up there. King Kuba. The Hudson mayor basically said if they allow ice fishing, it will promote. Oh, yes. And he has resigned as mayor for some reason. Yeah, I don't think he gets the whole point. Yeah. We have a large festival here in Michigan on Houghton Lake every year. And they don't have a problem with that. So I don't know what this guy in Ohio is thinking, but I don't know. Wallen, Tennessee, now I love it. I love Tennessee. I absolutely love Tennessee. It's beautiful down there. Absolutely beautiful. Yes. That was funny about the Hudson Mayor. He's a little out of touch. A little out of touch. But yeah, I have been on here for an hour now, and I have to go pick up a little guy from school here in a few minutes. So I am going to we have 21 in here, and I am really sorry. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. But, yes, 30 minutes from Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. That is absolute beautiful country. Absolute beautiful. And then Jean Blair, seriously looking to move, trying to find small acreage with a house. Yes. My college roommate lived in McBain, and her parents owned the general store. So you may know if you are up that way, you may have met my college roommate. Please don't ask her any stories about me. But I have to go now. I have to go pick up a kid. I pick up my relatives' kids, and they did not have school canceled where they're at. So I am going to have to leave now. Thank you, everyone. I am still going live at 6:30 tonight. Yes, 6:30 tonight at Eastern Standard Time. And I did not know I know that there's a wonderful thrift store in McBain. I actually got some great items when I was passing through there, but I did not know they had an Amish store. I go to the Amish store. There's 4 Amish stores in Clare that I shop at frequently. That's a drive, but it's well worth it. So if I'm going through McBain, I'll look for the Amish store again. But everyone, I have really, really, really got to go. So thank you all for coming. And I'm going to go ahead and end this broadcast. I'll see you tonight at 6:30 p.m. Have a good day.